Well, welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 2013. We're playing on the Idaho Map, and in the last episode, I told you I was going to go through and fix these course play routes, so I've got those fixed up. All the field harvesting ones are under field harvesting. I've got ones for picking up the straw, mowing the grass, transporting, and I haven't made one for overloader yet. We'll do that some later date, and I can't remember what milk field was, so I'll figure that out later. In the meantime, I've done a couple other things. I moved some of our equipment over to field 20, and so I set up my solution. Turn this thing off. My solution for not having a trailer that does beets right at the moment, I'm going to have to buy another tractor, 18-wheeler. And that's going to cost quite a bit of money, so I need to get some crops off and sell some more. In the meantime, I do have these two trailers that'll haul beets. So I'm going to have the loader over there load to these two trailers, and this will take it over to the beet farm. And that'll work for now, and that allows me to keep the other harvester going on soybeans. Let's start him up on this field. Yeah, that allows me to go ahead and use this trailer here for the soybeans, and I don't have to run back and forth. I can just let them run. And let's see if this guy's running and he's set to go. That guy's going. We need to get the big bear, or the Ropa, over to field 20. Get him started. And the other thing I started was, I should go check on him, see how he's doing. I set up a course. Alright, here we go. I set up a course from farm number 2 to the biogas plant, and I'm hauling the grass that I had collected, and we're going to make some silage. So hopefully everything's going well with him. And the okay, that's quiet. Yeah, we've got the two farms. We've got farm number 1, and we have the livestock farm up here. Now, these two farms are separate as far as the grain silos go. If you put grain at this farm, it stays in this farm. If you put grain in this silo, it stays in this farm. What is common between the two is your grass, your straw, silage, and your mixed silage, or your mixed feed. And those are common. So if I put grass in here, it also shows up over here, and vice versa. If I did grass here in 16 and put it in this farm, it can show up over here. So I can take it here and do whatever I want with it. So what I'm doing is, most of it was dumped in here. I'm taking it from farm 16 to the biogas because that's a shorter trip and it's a straight shot. And then we're going to make some silage out of that. Okay, let's get this guy going over to field 20. Put him to work, because our other equipment's getting lonely over there. Yeah, I'm thinking it won't take too long to get a little more money put aside to buy another 18-wheeler. Oh, let me show you something. If you remember that that other trailer that I talked about that was selling for $1. Let's see if I can find it again here under mods and tippers. Yeah, I didn't fix any of this stuff in here, but I did change it so that it cost $35,000, and so now you can purchase it. Now, if you look at these, they're $48,000. This one is $50,000. my way of thinking, this is a multi-grain one, made for the farm. It's worth 50 grand. These two are, you know, pretty good trailers. They're worth 48,000. This one, I don't know. I tried to use it on one of my other maps, and it works fine, but it just doesn't look like a farm trailer. I mean, like I said, it looks like something out of Smokey and the Bandit. And some of the stuff didn't really work on it. It's got a tarp that covers the top, and there's a key. You're supposed to hit the Z key, the Z key, and that makes the tarp go on and off. Well, I couldn't get it to work, and I didn't take the time to go in and make it work. It just really wasn't that big a deal. But yeah, it's got some issues. So I thought, well, it's not quite worth the $48,000 or $50,000. I'll sell it for $35,000. And as you see down here, now that it costs $35,000 to buy, you can actually sell it for half of that. I did check before when it was $1. You could buy it for $1, and it was nothing back when you sold it. So before I fixed it, so. And just for information, if you're interested, to fix that, all I did was I went into that particular mod, and you find the description.xml. Now, it's kind of the same way that I fixed the wither wheels on that other piece of equipment, those combines. You do the same thing. You go into the description XML, and you find whatever it is you're looking for that you need to rewrite. And in this case, it was the price of the vehicle. So when you edit that XML, you look around, you'll see price, and you'll see that it's worth $1. And I just changed that to $35,000. Save the XML, put it back in the mod, start the mod up, and Bob's your uncle. It's fixed. So it's a pretty easy fix. And if you have any questions on that, like I say, it's basically the same way that I changed the wither wheels. And I do have a tutorial up, on how to do that. So it's the same principle, if you're interested. Alright, let's go back and check on our grass. See what's happening there. Well, it looks like he dumped it. Hope he dumped it in the right place. Well, we'll let him keep working. Yeah, as you can see, I had... see if I can find it. I've still got 983,253 units of grass to sell. I've got straw I can sell. Not too worried about the straw right now. But I want to at least get through one harvest, and then maybe I'll buy some cattle, and we'll see how that works, taking cattle to the slaughterhouse, or pigs, one of the two. I didn't really want to start on animals too soon. Want to get everything situated, so I've got a pretty much automatic farm going. I don't know why, but my equipment seems to be awful loud today. Okay, everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. Cool. Let's see, is there anything else I can be doing? I guess not right at the moment. Alright, so we're going to continue on with this harvest and doing the silage. Yeah, let's see how we're doing here. Can you do it? Oh man, I didn't realize that was such a tight turn. You can do it. Come on, you're a big boy. Don't be intimidated by that little bitty pile. You can do it. Up and over. Nice and slow. Take your time. And there we go. Now, at the biogas plant, I call this one number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. And that way, when I start setting up, grass to bio 1, grass to bio 2, grass to bio 3, grass to bio 4, when I start doing the offloading or unloading or loading or selling, whatever you want to call it, with this bad boy over here, then I'll do the same thing. I'm going to do, load silo number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4, and I can put him to work, and he'll automatically sell the silage into this bin right here. Now, if you know anything about the silage in the vanilla game, this thing will only take so much silage at any one time. So what happens is you bring the first load over, takes it just fine. Second load, maybe. By the third or fourth load, this thing gets over here and it just dribbles out. It'll dribble and dribble and dribble and dribble until this has room for the rest of it. And so it really slows the process down. There is a mod, of course there is. If there's any kind of an issue in the game, there's going to be somebody make a mod. There is a mod that increases the capacity of this bin right here, and so that it can handle more, and that speeds the process along. So it makes a big difference. Now, on this map, you can also, if you so desire, you notice over here that you've got some harvest. You've got manure, and you've got straw, and you've got silage and grass. Now, what you can do is, let's say you decide you want to start a cattle farm, but you haven't set up a silage process yet, and you don't have grass, you don't have manure, all that kind of stuff. You can actually buy it here and on this map. You can purchase this stuff, so that's kind of cool. Okay, let's go see how everybody's doing. Oh, I know what I want to do. Okay, this guy's waiting for beets. He's just sitting there waiting. He's doing his job. The combines. Oh, trouble. Oh, somebody call 911. Okay, I don't know how that happened, but as they say in the real world, stuff happens. That's not really what they say, but that's all I'm going to say. I definitely don't want a page with a rating system. Now let's get him out of the way. Move it, move it. Call a tow truck. Get him out of here. Oh, you're going to do it again, aren't you? I don't think so. I told you in the last episode, these hired drivers are worse than I am. And that's saying something. Alright, you're back on the straight and narrow. Now, let's see, what was I thinking of? Oh, yeah. I want to take our everyday, universal, do-everything guy. And since I've got the big John Deere working on selling grass, and, you know, I kind of was hoping that's going to work okay. Because that big John Deere, I couldn't use the dual wheels because he can't get close enough to the conveyor belt to get the grass with the dualies on, so I had to take those off. But he does have four-wheel drive, and it is a big monster, and they're big tires. I was having trouble in my other maps with the silage, where the littler tractors, they'll get up to the silage pile and they'll just get stuck. And so I was hoping that big bruiser would be able to handle that. So that would normally be the tractor that I use for my cultivator, but he's not available. So, oh, you didn't see me go through that fence. I didn't. Nope, I did not do that. Nobody saw me. Can't prove a thing. Anyway, since he's busy, I'm going to use this little booger to pull this great big cultivator. Now, how's that going to work, you say? Well, this cultivator's a mod, and I've used it for quite a while, and I found that for some reason it doesn't really show any weight issues. In other words, you could pull this with a Jeep. Now, that's probably not a good thing, and I suppose I could go in and fix it, but in most cases I just pretend that it's a big heavy piece of equipment and it takes my biggest tractor to pull it, and that's what I use. But I'm kind of in a hurry right now. I want to get this stuff, at least the few farmlands that I own, 10, 13, 1, 35, 36, and 24. I want to at least get those cultivated so that I can get some more crops going. I want to be able to plant in the morning on this farm, game morning. So as you can see, that little bitty tractor pulls that thing like it was made for it. That ain't right. That is not right. Oh well, we didn't see it. So that's the monster you need to pull that big cultivator. Indeed. Okay, let's see. What was I looking for here? I don't know. What did they call that? The flash mid bars. Okay, numpad number 6 puts those out. I don't know if they really flash. They don't appear to. There's one more thing about this tractor I don't think I ever showed you, and you may have seen it already in another Let's Play, but where did I see it now? Yes, it's got a rear camera. It's so there's a camera mounted on the back of the tractor that oh, what did I just do? Wow, that sped it up. But anyway, there's a camera mounted back there that you can use. Now, I've used it before and it really messed my game up for some reason, so either I did something wrong or isn't working correctly. So I don't use it. It's just a novelty anyway. But the heck did I do to make this thing speed up? Oh, I took it out of four-wheel drive. Okay, so now there's a conflict, you see. Let me open this back up again. Right up here, it says delete the rear camera to turn the rear camera on. But if you go to this menu, delete is to turn the four-wheel drive on and off. So they're competing. And so when I hit this rear camera, it turned the four-wheel drive off, which really made a difference. I mean, look at that. Slows this thing down to nothing. Cool. Learn something new every day. So I could probably go into the options of the game and reset the key for four-wheel drive or the rear camera. But like I said, I don't use the rear camera anyway, so. Well, cool. That sped him up substantially. It's gonna make a difference. All right. Go Gadget go. Now I wonder if he needs four-wheel drive to get over that silage hump. We shall see. Now, John Deere, you're going to embarrass me if you get stuck, because you're the biggest boy on the block. Alright. Okay, so it doesn't need four-wheel drive yet. See how full this thing's getting. The fill level's only 26%, so. And the interesting thing is it looks like that big tractor is compacting it as it fills it. Huh, interesting. I wonder why that's carpeted red there. Be cool if it was a working scale. They do have them, a mod for that. Oh, did he get stuck? Doggone it. Oh, like I said, look, you've embarrassed me. And then you didn't dump all your grass. Alright. You embarrassed me. I'm upset. No afternoon snack for you. Should take that hired driver and make him stand in the corner for 5 minutes. Yeah, you know, the 5-year-old. You read all this, I don't know, nonsense about how to raise a kid. And yeah, I think a lot of it's nonsense. There's one thing where, okay, so they do something wrong for punishment. You know, you can't swat them on the butt anymore. Well, if no one's looking. But anyway, you stick them in the corner for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Or, well, okay, the rule is, in one book that I read, you put them in a corner for whatever minutes they are old. So my 5-year-old would stand in the corner for 5 minutes. Well, I recently watched a video of counselors, teachers that were counselors in schools, and they were doing a workshop, and they were testing the theory about letting kids stand in a corner for 5 minutes. And so what they did was they they role played being a young child in trouble, and they put themselves in timeout in the corner for 5 or 10 minutes. And what they discovered was it drove them nuts. Their attention span, these are adults, so their attention span was so short that after a minute or two, they became angry. They didn't want to be in the corner anymore. Now, let's switch out and say that it's a 5-year-old kid. Guess what their attention span is? And so the conclusion of this was that if you put a child in the corner for any more than a minute or two, their attention span is gone, and what they're doing is they're plotting revenge when they get out of the corner. So, so anyway, I put my kid in the corner, but not for very long. What I do with her is I say, look, you know what you did wrong. I'm going to put you in the corner. When you decide you can come out of the corner and make a sincere apology for what you did, you can come out of the corner. And what happens is she'll go and stand there for a minute or two, and then she'll come out and say, I'm sorry. And there you go. But yeah, I thought that was hilarious. They're sitting in the corner plotting revenge or ways to get back at you. Hey, where'd our trailer go? There he is. Oh, he's doing his job. I was wondering about that. I was hoping that loader was going to fill both trailers before this guy took off. And it did. Good job, good job. Now if he just dumps correctly, 50% down. One more trailer to go. All right, dollar bonus for you today. I love this thing. This thing's so cool. There's all the little mechanisms on it, and even the decal. It's a tiger. I just love this harvester. And that there are some, and I have them. I'll show you. I've used these on every map except for this one. Well, if I can find them. Okay. This is what I normally use. And yes, they're kind of cheaty, but I don't care. Okay, this Maxtron and the Tektron. And the way I remember these two in my own mind is the Tektron is Grim T Tektron for taters. This is your potato harvester. And then the M is for beets. That doesn't make any sense. But if that's potatoes, then that's got to be beets. So T for potatoes, or T for taters, M for whatever you want. But anyway, if you look at this picture up here, the vanilla harvesters, are only a couple meters wide. They're as wide as this front end right here. This one has a secret little button that you can push that magically extends that header out. And what it does is, if you watch the graphics of it, it's like it's made out of rubber and it just stretches out. so it is a little cheaty, but like I said, I don't really care because these things are so slow and they're only a couple meters wide, so it takes forever to harvest a field. And you know, when you're paying $500,000, that's $500,000 for each one of these. You would think that it would be big enough. And look at the size of them. They're almost as big as that ropa. You would think that for that kind of money, And then being that big, they'd produce some harvest, but they don't. They're really slow. Now the thing about the Ropa is it doesn't have a real large header, but look how fast it goes. And the capacity of that thing is huge. So it can keep working. You know, the other two, the Grims, their bin capacity isn't that great. It's not bad, but it's not that great. And so they're constantly needing attention. Where this Ropa, he just goes, he'll do half the field before he needs to be emptied. And that's kind of cool. Well, plus he comes with the badass overloader. Yeah, you can't beat that monster. That's cool. Oh, here you are. So anyway, that's why I decided to use the Ropa. I've had it for a long time, and I've never used it. Oh, he's stuck again. This is going to get old. Well, I might have to leave him in four-wheel drive and just let him go slow. Because if I take him off the course and put him in four-wheel drive, he goes over it. Might have to do that. I sure wish I could put the dualies on, because that might help too. But when I tried to start the course that way, it didn't let me get close enough to the conveyor belt. It's too wide. If you look at this right now, just the way it is, it's about the width of the trailer. I mean, even the axle sticks out a little bit farther than the trailer. So, you know, you put those tires on there, it's really wide. And in most cases, that's a good thing, but it doesn't work in this instance. So, there you go. How's this little guy doing? This is a little tractor that could. I think I could. Yeah, he's a workhorse, I tell you. Alright, how's the soybeans doing? Oh, he got stuck again? Oh, man. I might have to watch this course and see what's happening. Listen, buddy, you need to get out of the way. This guy's... I don't know what he's doing. Are you in there reading Playboys? Couldn't you see that combine was trying to move back there? Yeah, God. I'm going to have to fire you and get a new one. Whoa, sorry. Have to fire your butt, hire a new guy. It looks like the trouble is happening when the truck and the combine get to the end of the row. So I'm thinking that it seems like there's a way to make that. Oh, maybe that's with auto tractor. I'm gonna have to look at the new course play, because in one of them, either course play or auto tractor or auto combine, and I had trouble with course play versus auto combine, so I took out auto combine. But in one of them, and I can't remember which one, there's an option where you can make the combine actually stop when it unloads, instead of sometimes, you know, when it reaches a certain capacity of harvest, it'll call for a trailer, and sometimes it'll keep moving and the trailer moves alongside of it, and they both keep running down the road. I think there is an option in one of those, and I can't remember which one. I'll have to do some reading. That will cause the combine, when it calls for a tractor, to actually stop and wait till it's unloaded. So I'll have to look into that. But it's not something I want to do right now, because I'm tired and lazy. My luck, it's going to be auto combine. And you know, the only problem I have with auto combine, and it's probably because I didn't take enough time to mess with it, play with it. But the truck and trailer, or tractor and trailer, whichever you're using, after getting the grain from the harvester, course play tells the rig, like let's say the combine is facing this way, and you come up beside it and get the grain, and when it's empty, the combine takes off down the road, keeps going, and course play will tell this guy to drive away from the combine and come back around and leave the unharvested area and stop in a harvested area so it's not in the way of the combine. For some reason, when I had auto combine loaded, it didn't work that way. What happened was the truck and trailer, or tractor and trailer, were driving away from the combine and staying in, the unharvested area. So on the next turn, the combine runs into it and stops, and all work ceases. So I didn't take the time to look into it. What I did was, okay, there's a conflict here. I wonder what's causing it. And I just went to my mod load and took out auto combine and auto tractor, and it fixed the problem. So I'm gonna have to go in and look at it. I'll play with it on one of my other maps, see if I can figure out what's going on. But I didn't use auto combine and auto tractor all that much, so it wasn't too big of a concern for me. Well, when this guy gets up there, I'm going to... Oh, look! The rear end's stuck open. What's that all about? Hey, your pants are down. I see butt crack there. Butt crack. Major butt crack. Alright, let's put it in four-wheel drive and see if this... I'm going to let him run this route and see if four-wheel drive works. And if it does, I'll just leave it in four-wheel drive and let him run the course. It's going to be slow, but it's not too far from farm number 2. Now, it may be just me, but I've noticed, because I didn't notice it on the old version of... oh, is he stuck already? Oh, come on. This isn't right. Oh, man. All right. He's slipping. Yeah, you're slipping all right. Anyway, the old version of course play, I don't remember when you did this kind of thing with the silage, where once it got to the tip point, it just started dumping stuff out. Why isn't he dumping stuff out? Well, what? What happened? Anyway, with the new version, as he hits the, if it works properly, as he hits the tip point, it'll squirt a little bit out, stop, squirt a little bit out, stop, squirt a little bit out. It's a little bit different, and it tends to make a smoother dumping than it used to, where it would start dumping and there'd be a big pile and then a little a slack area and then another big pile. Made a bunch of humps in it. What's going on with this guy? If I'm going to have to do this manually every time, that's not going to work. Oh man, I hate it when stuff doesn't work like it's supposed to. Kind of hard to have an automatic farm when nothing works automatically. Well, that wasn't cool. Alright, alright, alright. Now where are you going? Well, that wasn't quite right, but it's working. Oh, alright. I'm gonna let you go. Keep going. Do your job. Total embarrassment. I love this tractor. Look at this tractor. Look how dirty that sucker gets. It's funny. It really looks like it's been out in the fields. I can't wait to take him to the car wash. Yeah, he cleans up really good, but boy, he gets dirty. He's a workhorse. Yeehaw. Yeah, look. This guy's a $6 million man. At least the left arm. You got a little bit of shoulder and an arm and a hand. I don't know where the rest of him is. But it's kind of cool. Whoop, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Yeah. Let's see. Stop driver. Look at that. Cool. Cool. Alright. Go back to work. Sorry. Didn't mean to bother you. Leave you alone. Let you concentrate on your job there. Oh, did I not? Uh-oh. What did I do? Sorry. Turned you off, didn't I? And he's sitting there, again, reading something they shouldn't be reading. And, oh, I'll get paid by the hour. I don't care. I'll sit here all day. Yeah. You can forget about that raise. And stay away from my daughter. Nah, that's not right. So anyway, well, here's the plan. I'm going to let these two between the John Deere and the Ropa, between those two, I'm going to let them work on the rest of the fields that I couldn't do. Let's see, I've got this one I'm doing right currently. I need to do 9, 17, 28, 33, 4, and 5. Those are all, I don't know what they are. What are they? Oh, never mind. I had the wrong screen up. Yeah, 20. I'm going to do 20 and 28. We did 38. So I'll do 20, 28, and then this great big guy down here needs to be done. And I think that's pretty much it for what didn't get done. Oh, 4. Or did I do 4? I don't think I did. So I have 4, 28, 20, and 39 to do. I'm going to keep working on those. Then the next plan is while they're harvesting, I've got my little tractor that could working on 24, and then I have to do 35 and 36, I believe, these two that I own. Cultivate those. I think 8 and 10 are done. 7 is done as far as cultivating. These 2 are done. Cultivated those. So I need these 3 to finish, and as soon as that's done and this guy moves all the grass to the bio farm, I'm gonna, if it's not through the night and the next day by then, I'm gonna speed time up and I'm gonna plant some crops. And I'm not entirely sure which ones to start with. When I've played other maps and I had a certain amount of farmland purchased that I owned, I would kind of section it off. So like, let's say I owned, all these right here. I would do, okay, all this is corn, and then all of this is wheat, and all of this is barley, and then this is whatever, sugar beets or potatoes. I would section that off if I own quite a few. Now I don't own quite a few. I only own just a couple. And so in this case, I think what I might do is see, just watch and see what the great demands are going to be, and try to keep ahead of those. And I might just go, okay, I'm doing tomorrow. I'm going to do all of this in wheat, and then the next one I'll do all barley, and then the next one all canola, and try to get stuff into the silos in anticipation of a great demand. So I don't know. I'll work that out, but I want to get some. I want to get some farming done. Speaking of great demands, let's see if there are any. Grain mill's looking for soybeans, and there's 23 hours left, so I'm doing soybeans right now. And there's potatoes that starts in one day. I don't have any, and I don't have any oats. I should do some oats, because there wasn't any oats planted on any of those fields. But I think I've got the capability. Well, obviously I do, because it's let me sell them. So good deal. Cool beans. You, sir, are an embarrassment to my farm. That big rig, I'm not really talking to the driver, I'm talking to the tractor. Yeah, the driver, he's just a normal driver. He's a good guy, I could tell. I mean, that's the kind of guy you could have a beer with. That's what I think. But that tractor, you're an embarrassment. Well, okay, so we've got a plan. We've got good weather. Yep, we got good weather for next couple days. We got a plan. We got a little bit of work ahead of us. I think I'll call this an episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like. If you really enjoyed it, give me a subscribe. And in the meantime, I wish you all a good day.